Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to this year Friday edition vibes on this year Mystelics Reacts channel. Big up the massives out and large for definitely tuning into this year vibrations. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. And of course, to show your love in this year vibrations, click the thumbs up button, click the like button. I would appreciate that right there. And of course, if you've not done so, subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through right there and there. Brothers and sisters, tune in to the Mystelics vlogs vibrations a bit later on, brothers and sisters, or tomorrow. Yeah, tune in tomorrow, brothers and sisters, for more vibrations. Of course, I'm dropping another vlog right there. And of course, with that said, brothers and sisters, let us get into the vibrations for the day right now. Of course, we have none other than Mr. LENNOX LINTON on the stage, brothers and sisters. And of course, he's going to give a few words in that regard. I'm reacting to it as well.
As a matter of fact,
let's move on. Okay.
It's drawn into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you the president of the United Workers' Party and also the former leader of the opposition, Honorable LENNOX LINTON.
Big up LENNOX at one time. Big up LENNOX.
Thank
a
you,
lot of the things that we would have known at all. We would not have known at all if it wasn't for LENNOX, man. Big up LENNOX. Right there.
Grandpa, good night. Who else is here with us? BrBpTV? Monjon? Dr. Fontaine? My brother, good night to you.
Good night, good night.
Grandpa, very careful with your conversation, because Dr. Fontaine contested the Grandpa seat in 2014. At that point, he had completed his work with the International Monetary Fund. And he was very qualified to contest the seat. Everybody knows that. But he was not the one who emerged as the representative for Grand Four and Monjon and BrBpTV. But what did Grand Four and Monjon and BrBpTV do about it? Even though Grand Four and Monjon and BrBpTV and Freyal know that those of them who are living in Dominica in majority voted for him to be their parliamentary representative.
Yep, that's one of the things I never understood, guys. How could people from overseas come to tilt the scale and people are living in the country or in the village or wherever are saying we want this representative, and the bodies are saying no, let's bring in people to tilt the scale to our favor? I cannot understand that. I cannot.
He was cheated out of the position by the amount of money that the Labour Party spent bribing people to bring them home to vote against him.
The person that filming that need to film properly. That person very much not taking. Okay, all right, but hopefully you guys are listening.
And the United Workers' Party. And that problem is still with us.
Okay.
So whereas Grand Four can have this wonderful idea that they want, and they're looking forward to Dr. Thompson Fontaine being the Prime Minister, the first from the Southeast and so on. Unless Dr. Fontaine emerges as the winner of his seat in the Parliament, he's not going to be the Prime Minister. And that is why tonight I want to talk with you about electoral reform.
It's very vital indeed.
Because every time we talk about it, I am minded to remind you that all we are talking about is free and fair elections.
Free and fair for everybody, not for some. No, they want to manipulate the system to create cheating in the election or continue cheating in the election and volley in. No, let us make it free and fair for everybody. Everybody have a fair chance so it reflects the true will of the people. What is so difficult about that? And when they were having the meetings, brothers and sisters, people will come in and say what they don't want, to have free and fair elections. Human beings are truly something else. For the sake of a few dollars, you selling out your own birthright. As I'm talking about birthright, it reminds me of Esau and Jacob, boy. Esau sell his birthright for a piece of palawi, boy. Things humans will do for things that actually don't have much substance at all. For 3-leaf man selling out themselves with 3-leaf we. 3-leaf we legal tender that the court say, okay, that is acceptable, a means of payment. No real value, man, selling out their own freedom for betterment. Because of tree leaf.
Elections were fair in 2014. Dr. Thompson Fontaine would have gone into the Parliament of Dominica. And for him to go into the Parliament of Dominica and emerge as Prime Minister, the election has to be fair. The election has to be fair. We are fighting for fair elections in Dominica that will give the people the chance, with the majority votes, to decide who the representatives will be.
True reflection.
Now, electoral reform is going to give us a clean voters list. It is going to give us ID cards for us to vote. And when we say a clean voters list, we simply mean that the list of voters must have on it the names of people who are resident in Dominica and therefore qualified to vote in Dominica for representing.
That makes sense, guys. Tell me if that does make sense. I understand people from overseas. Hey, I send in my barrel. I send in my barrel down and this kind of things nice. But you're not facing the economy that the people are facing. You're not facing it. Therefore, the people, you can still sell your barrel, you know. But the people should have a right for them to freely vote. Who they truly want to represent them. They are the one facing the fire. No, you want to come from overseas because you send in barrel. Really? And you visiting during festival time. You don't even want to stay. Some friends of mine, they come Dominica festival time. As soon as festival, they are 2 weeks, you know. As soon as festival finish, they matnik. They don't even know. It's Sunday, it finishing. Monday, they matnik. Yes, they spend the rest of their time in matnik going up and then they fly back to United States.
In Dominica. It also means that there must not be people coming from the grave to vote.
That's true. It's interesting that they have that same issue in the United States. It's interesting. You guys can Google it yourself and see. Therefore, when there's this kind of things, there's some sort of bubbleism going on, brothers and sisters. Pay attention and listen.
The dead, their name should be off the list. And we want access to the media so that the messages
will reach far and wide. Because that's one of the things. A lot of people have no idea what LENNOX them are speaking about. That's one of the reasons why I tend to put this video, because I know a number of labor rights tend to watch my videos. And it's interesting that the labor rights themselves agree. The problem I have is some of them is that they say what I said is true. What we say on the video is true. But they'll still vote for the. There's some sort of darkness that I cannot put my hands on, man. I just cannot put my hands on. Like, you know there's a problem and you go in and vote back the problem into to solve the problem. Can you remind you of Kamala? They create the inflation in America and saying that they want to come back in office for them to clean the very inflation that they created. And people want to say, oh, it's because of war. No, brothers and sisters, it's because of the green energy system. That's why inflation started. Well, the cause of it started. Oh, you know that, right? Oh, that's a whole set of other topic. By Biden sponsors, brothers and sisters. Number one campaign was Pfizer, and the other one was the green energy people. They are the ones not doing anything for the people. They are the ones pushing the element, that of which they pushed. This is why oil prices and these things started to go up, skyrocket, brothers and sisters, thus creating gas prices to go up because they were not trying to use this stuff. People want to say, oh, it's the Russian war. I saw the trajectory of the whole thing, brothers and sisters. One of the things that I tend to do is find trajectories and see it for myself. What caused this to happen? The green energy thing caused the gas prices to rise. That's how it happened. Then they started printing money and sending over 200 billion, not million, $200 billion to Ukraine. Sending the people's money, telling people that they're going to pay the price for it. And they feel the blunt, and you mean to tell me the people that caused it, you're going back to vote for them? Really?
Of hope, of deliverance, the messages of change, and a better Dominica that we want to share with the people of Dominica can be heard on the airwaves across the country. We also want to make sure that big money is not deciding the outcome form of elections in Dominica. So we want free elections. We want fair elections.
Simple.
Because without free elections, without fair elections, we're not going to change anything in Dominica. And Dominica needs a change.
Yeah, it does.
We are the
Dominica is falling 25 years behind. 24 years, brothers and sisters. 24 years behind the rest of the Caribbean. Somebody asked me just the other day, or I seen just the other day, a few months ago, Mystelics, if the government would change, do you think that Dominica would change in 5 years? I tell him, change in 5 years? The leaders that presently in Dominica have destroyed Dominica for 24 years. And you think Dominica just going to revamp in 5 years? It's a starting point, yes. But Dominicans will come back in 5 years. No, brothers and sisters. You much things you have to set up, especially for factories. You have to plant trees. You have to do all the kind of things. Put these things in place so that things can start happening and then create a path. Somebody made an important point to me the other day. Saying, Mr. Lex, you plant. Well, not somebody. Mr. Henry Shillingford made an important point on the basis of, was it him? I think it was him. Talking about if you plant a tree, you might not benefit from it, but somebody in the long run will benefit. Is either him or Mr. Glenroy Coffee that made that statement right there. If you plant a tree now, you might not benefit from it, but somebody will benefit from it in the long run. But there's a start where you plant the seed. You must plant the seed, brothers and sisters, for the future to look bright. There's no seed being planted right now in Dominica, and we expect a better outcome. People, I wonder if people, what all you just think, boy?
The only country in the Caribbean that has not had a change of government for 25 years. The only one. And it is not because
29 years. Well, 2000, yeah, sure, okay.
we are better than anybody else. It is not
Oh, 1999, so yeah, 25.
because we are doing so very well. We are the least of the apostles. Reginald Ostry told us we have been last for too long in this world and behind in too many things. Yet we still cannot change the government, the people in government that made us last in this world and behind in too many things.
They make the Dominican people last week, and they coming back to see if they can rectify. Brothers and sisters, how much rectification you need? How much rectification you gonna need, boy, to rectify that of which people have created and caused and keep causing over and over? Right now, the corresponding banks don't even want to do business with Dominica. You mean we're that bad? Corresponding banks want proof. Hey, you want to say you transfer in CBI, no problem. Proof. Who knows? There's banks in Dominica, brothers and sisters. That's one of the things that my personal thought is. How are they transferring all these monies to these banks that Dominicans cannot use? There's certain banks in Dominica that are there, but these banks are not available for Dominicans to use. So maybe as they're transferring these monies from overseas, they are putting these monies with these monies so that these monies can reach the Bank of Dominica. Maybe not the Bank of Dominica, not NBD. The secretive banks that we know. I think it have over 24 of them in Dominica that no Dominicans know about. But me as I don't know. If you don't know, I don't know. But I know there's one particular one that was circulating all over the place, brothers and sisters. And, you know, Dominicans have access to it, but it's kind of like offshore banks. You know, and monies have to come through and so forth. These people put their money and don't know what. Boy.
So there's something wrong with us? No, there's nothing wrong with us. There's something wrong with what we're tolerating. And we have tolerated the lack of fair elections in Dominica for too long. And we need to stand to ensure that when next we go to the polls, the process of election will be fair and will allow us to select our government, our representatives of the people, by the people, for the people.
I think I heard somebody in the background saying, if all you do talk. No, it's interesting that people talk, and I understand the sentiment. Yes, we heard this a few times back, and you know, so forth and so forth. But when you're calling the people to show up to have action and they don't doing it, brothers and sisters, what do you expect them to do? Huh? Got your mother and beat your mother and tell your mother to come through? Really? What do you expect them to do? Huh? People always talking about action when they calling all you to show up for you to do things. All you don't showing up. And you're talking about people to talk.
With the majority
humans just freak me out, you know.
votes of the people. Now, Grand Four. I hear a lot of noise down there. But the noise I hear in there, I think there are some fishermen down there. There are fishermen, they're making $45,000 a day. Where them? Put up all your hand. What they do?
Pan the camera, show they 45,000.
Nobody. $45,000 a day and nobody putting up their hand to say they're going to buy a drink for somebody tonight. Huh? So you come. A whole $45,000 a
Boy,
day.
scary not easy, da boy. Scary not easy, da boy. Boy, scared boy, you do easy, da boy. Boy, nobody believes Scary what he said. The Scary coming boldface in parliament to say that to him. In the honorable house, the man coming to say that to him. No fisherman never make this kind of money. People wonder if it's cocaine. The fisherman was telling Scary misheard. Ay. On the best day, brothers and sisters, you probably catch 12,000 or maybe 15,000 on the best day, not every day, you know. The best day, brothers and sisters, because people not eating fish like that every day. So it can be a day, you know, Scary say 45 tower a day.
In a 25 by 6 by 3 foot boat.
Boy.
6,000 pounds of fish in one little boat. $45,000. 3 tons, you know. 3 tons of fish in one little boat. 25 feet.
What LENNOX is saying, the equivalent based on the pricing, it will take about 3 tons of fish. In the little fishing, 3 tons, bro. You weigh elephant, bro. See how much tons the elephant weigh. Boy.
Long by 6 feet wide.
Boy.
By 3 feet deep. It holding 3 tons of fish. And you can sell it for $45,000 for your day. You have enough money to give you $3,750 for every single month of the year. But nobody in NEP is learning how to fish.
Boy, what a thing, we. Scary come and give the secret, say 45 tower a day, and NEP workers still there saying, boy, I have to try and see if I can make my $500, $600, $700, $8,000 we a month.
All the money in fishing, nobody in NEP is being taught how to fish.
Boy.
How they doing that then? So let me tell
Monster they going and fish for, man. Monster in the deep blue sea. Huh? Monster, them fish monster they finding, boy.
you before I go tonight, because we have some other things to take care of. But I'm happy to be here. I want to talk a little bit about Greta.
Who's Greta?
Yes.
I can talk about Greta?
Yes.
Who's
Yeah,
Greta?
we're going to have center.
Dr. Fontaine, I can talk about Greta?
Yes.
Are you sure? Yeah, I can talk about Greta.
Unless I want to
Dr.
hear that.
Fontaine friend, you know. I want to be very careful. I want to be very careful about that. But I want to talk about Greta. Because
I think Greta is the power rep.
Greta is your parliamentary representative. And Greta holds a ministry. The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports and Community Development.
Brothers and sisters, answer honestly, the liberal rights watching. Answer honestly. What has Greta done for youth, sports, culture? What? I don't know. I honestly want to know. You see, I just honestly want to know so I can side with people. You know? Mystelics, what has she done? We know Dennis Charles trying to take claim for things she never do. You know? American Airlines. Just take claim. Fear outside there working in other places. Just take claim, man. You know, tourism product. Not true? Nothing you do, you know. But a boy come, they just take what you never do. What has Greta done, brothers and sisters, for the youth? I know Scary talking about trying to give the youth loans for them to build their house. It's nice to have loans, brothers and sisters. It's nice to have loans, you know. Or you can literally pay it off. But they don't even tell you about the secrets of how to pay off loans, what to do every 15th of the month, all those kind of things. They're not telling you none of those things. Because it's to the benefit if you fail. Brothers and sisters, that's I go inside track. Let's continue.
And Greta is an example of how weak and ineffective the government of the Labour Party is.
Facts.
Because she's a bright lady. She smiles bright.
Yes, has a nice smile.
She's lovely.
So I think you have the right person.
But she has work to do for the country. She has work to do in the representation of people of this constituency. So hear what happened to Greta last year. She got a check for every single month of the year. She got a check. And Greta was given $25 million. She and Oscar George in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Community Development and Culture.
So that was last year. $25 million, brothers and sisters. I'm guessing that's probably part of the budget. We had a budget. What has been done, brothers? What? We had a new budget. What has been done with that $25 million? But I mean, come on, eh? I passed the other day. I have it on film, brothers and sisters, and we passed by the building that close to traffic department. The youth, they have a youth something there. And it's like the building never opened now. The building about to break down. You pass it. I mean, boy, all you boy.
$25.7 million for 21 projects. 21 projects to improve things around Dominica in the areas of a ministry. You know in this 21 project how much Greta did?
Let me guess. 0. Wild guess. This is the first time I'm listening to these guys. 0.
Greta and Oscar George? No. 2.
Oh, 2. Oh, well, at least. Better than 0. But 2 out of 25.
2. 19 projects. Absolutely nothing done.
21 brothers and sisters, sorry. How I get 25 then? Anyway.
Absolutely nothing done in the ministry of Honorable Greta Roberts.
Tell us which one she did. Tell us.
Of the $25.7 million, Greta Roberts and Oscar George spent less than $1 million, which is 3.86% of the budget. Less than $4 of every $100 that they gave Greta to spend last year to make.
I like how we break it down. Less than $4 of every $100 they gave, which means that $96, brothers and sisters, and some cents out of the $100 was not given to the elevation of the people. To do the things, 21 projects. I mean, brothers and sisters, all you have to wake up here. When ministers come in and claim that they're going to be doing 21 projects for you, and only 2 they do, spending less than $4 of every $100 that they gave her. What do you think that is a benefit to you?
Things better. All right. In community development, in youth and sports, and in culture. Greta Parfait Aye. She did something in Grand Fork? No, please. What you say there?
And people in Grand Fork can vote for her? Boy, all you boy.
You must talk good English, you know. No, don't talk good English. You cannot say the word you said there, then don't say it again. I don't say it again. So I'm asking the question, what did Greta do in Grand Fork? No. Watch one coffee, you can't say that. Don't say that again. Yeah. Don't say that again. I think it's the drink you have in that making you talk. Good. But, you know, in the money that they gave Greta, there was $800,000 for sporting fields around
Where the money go? I mean, guys, all you have to wake up here. I mean, guys, come on. I'm a man that deals with logic, eh? And even if I didn't side with, well, my political allegiance, like I told you guys already, is classic liberal. It's not UWP, it's not DLP, it's not PAPP, it's not UPP, APP, all the PPs, PPAP, none of them, brothers and sisters. I side more with United Quest Party because I realize that they actually want to do something. And if given the chance and they do it, blows, you know, I stay already. So, you know, I think they definitely have the idea, they have the rights of the people, you know, rights of the people to bring forth based off the different podcast talks that I had with a number of them. You guys can tell it's true. So it's very interesting when I look at these brothers and sisters, and they having all these talks and you know, they're saying these things, and you're trying to wonder, but the people, all you not seeing, no, that's why I don't even know what to say again, because hey, I mean, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. They're working for you. No, they're not working for you. Change them. No, you want to vote for them again.
Of sports.
In grand form.
Not 1 cent.
And then we talk about Thea. Thea do well. Oh, they're going to have motorcade for her. No, they definitely need to have motorcade for her because she work hard. She represent the country. Have motorcade. Have celebration. Yes. By the way, celebration will be taking place on Sunday. Eh? I was thinking of whether I should do a podcast during the time, but I think I'll skip that one. And then I'll probably do a reaction for BrBpTV on her movement and all these kind of things there, you know. So I'll bring it to you guys just in case you don't see it. Well, you'll see it hopefully on my BrBpTV channel. But, you know, what have they done to elevate the people of Dominica? I remember speaking to Jerome Romain, the very first international medalist of Dominica. He got bronze in the World Championship for the triple jump, the very jump Thea has been doing, got gold in it. Asking him, would Thea have gotten gold if she was Dominica? He said, quickly, no. They don't have a system. It's one thing to have facilities. I know Thea was talking about having facilities and these things. Yes, that's necessary, but if you don't have a system, that of which you can take, just like the gymnasts, brothers and sisters, there's a system. You think people will start running at 16 and 17 years old, or doing gymnastics at 16, 17 years old? No, you will not make it. They are starting them at 2, 3 years, 4 years. Getting them to the point where they're getting to be 16, 17, 18, 20, 25. 25 probably too old for gymnasts. You break your body, I don't know. But I'm thinking of Simone Biles. How old is she? I think she's whatever age she is. But she started very young. The system, the same thing Jerome was talking about. Back in the day, they had a system. They didn't have the facilities, but they had a system put in place to encourage people to do things, even though they didn't know where sports was going to take them. They had a system just for general health itself. And the elevation of strong young men in society, strong people in society, not just strong men as well, but strong people, a system put in place. You're asking yourself, money's being allocated. Money wasn't being allocated back then. It's interesting, brothers and sisters. It seems like when we have struggles, we do better. And therefore, struggles is needed in society. Yesterday, the day before. The day before, I actually did a reaction on the CXC results. And during the times where Dominican faced the most struggles, 2015, 2017, and 2020, was the time that the students did the best in mathematics. The best. I guess when you don't have struggles, you don't really care, you have a laissez-faire attitude and you're just chilling. I guess that's the same thing that is happening in Dominica. Brothers and sisters, I'll post this link in the description below. You guys get the point right there. But it seems like when they struggle, people elevate and do better. So there's a need for... It's interesting when you look at society and you look at life. Brothers and sisters, when you're doing gym and these kind of things, you need pressure on your body for your body to tone up. You need pressure, you need struggle. When you study, you need to go under the pressure of learning to learn what you're reading and probably to cram and all these kind of things there. You need pressure of sorts to help you elevate, brothers and sisters. If things are too easy sometimes, it's not worth it. You know, that's truly something, eh? Truly something. But Dominica facing a kind of a pressure right now, eh? And people still humans, I don't want to say it's retardation, you know. But Sometimes you wondering if humans really thinking things thoroughly, or they just listening to people talk nonsense in their head, and because they are enlightening some feelings inside of them, they are sparking some feelings. I mean, videography, you know, brothers and sisters, I can make videos that can make you feel certain things, man. Yes, man. I've done it a few times, to the point I remember one of the individuals I was working with telling me, be careful of doing that, because you can, you know, change people's emotions based on what they see, and you know, it's very interesting when you listen to orators out there and they speak in nice words. These are not pie in the sky promises. I'm not saying SKERRIT is a nice orator, you know, but he says things that you cannot prove. That's one of the reasons why I started with Dr. Thompson Fontaine, LENNOX, LINTON. If it wasn't for, look, I didn't even know about that $25 million thing. I mean, it was in the budget, you know, but it's not that I'm focusing on. $25 million, less than $1 million was spent. And it's interesting when you do the mathematics, because 25 times 4 is 100. $1 times 4 is $4. So just about that, you know, 25.7, you know, you can do the mathematics. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below right here. I would appreciate that 150%, guys. And definitely, brothers and sisters, enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Friday, brothers and sisters. Go out there and let's try to be better, man. Let's try to think, and let us try to reason. This is one of the things that I've done in this life, brothers and sisters. I have my own biases, I understand, yes. But I try to do my best. I try to do reasoning. If I have my own biases, I say, what if I'm wrong? And I try to do research to prove if I am wrong or not, brothers and sisters. And if I find what I say is wrong, I say, okay, well, I change my biases, brothers and sisters. I get another bias. You check. But I think we need to do this. I think each and every one of us need to stop, sit down, and think. Not feel, think. Feelings is for nurturing, you know, baby. Oh, you feeling cry? Why are you crying for? Baby, all right. But good adults, brothers and sisters, you need sometimes to put away these feelings and start using logic. Common sense has nothing to do with feelings, you know. But when we put our feelings above common sense and logic, what do you expect to happen now? You expect proper decisions? Huh? That's very interesting, guys. That's very, very interesting right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through right there. And it's about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real. Salute the king. Be positive.